Cleethorpes, 1965. No better place or time to be alive. The ocean shone with a sapphire hue. There were things to see and much to do. The town of Grimsby within easy reach. The paradise that was Cleethorpes Beach, where a fine old-fashioned seaside summer greeted seasoned veteran and newcomer. And when the weather let you down, a glinting jewel in the crown for both civilian and vaudevillian, there was nowhere like the old pavilion. The storm outside had rained for an age, but there was something thrilling on the stage. The act did look a bit unkempt, but he was making a world record attempt. Michael was using all his powers to juggle non-stop for 24 hours. A Guinness record and fortune calls for a grueling day of juggling balls. A frazzled frown, a furrowed brow. He didn't want to blow it now. Surely nothing could disturb his flow. He'd only got a minute to go. The crowd was still, the air was tense. The pressure on the man was immense. But as the seconds ticked away, a cruel twist ruined Michael's day. Lightning struck with vicious rage and sizzled downwards to the stage. With just 3 seconds left ahead, a stage light fell and killed the juggler dead. The Guinness Book, deprived of copy, our hero now a lifeless body. The juggler's ghost did fast appear and drift like mist along Cleethorpes Pier. Bitter and bereft of fame, the Phantom tried again and again to relive and replay his story and celebrate his moment of glory. But whenever the record was within reach, there was some distraction on the beach. So he was doomed, both then and later, to forever haunt the Pavilion Theatre. The police had many telephone calls concerning spirits tossing balls. For many years the spectre tried, but he couldn't hit his juggling stride. Then, one stormy night in June, he sensed the time was opportune, and while the beach was grey and bleak, he juggled non-stop for a week. Michael had finally hit his form. He felt empowered by the storm, and with no dread or nerves or fear, juggled round the clock for a year. The spirit's pride was now restored. No one would better that record, so he happily chose to leave that place and disappeared without a trace. How quickly 50 years have passed. Cleethorpes Beach still unsurpassed. But the pier needs a few repairs. In the pavilion, a few empty chairs. Like theatres on so many streets, it's tougher putting bums on seats. Cleethorpes needs a new attraction, but who will take some direct action?
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio.
Shakespeare may have had its day. The audience are drifting away, but as Hamlet tries to drown out the gulls, a ghost appears, juggling skulls. Our spooky friend reintroduced to give his old theatre a boost. The poor Dane's rage has been ignited, but the punters seem to be delighted. Next night, a stand-up's doing his set. The theatre's packed from the onset, but they're not here for this comedic struggler. They're trying to spot the phantom juggler.
You know, he's staying in a boarding house in Cleethorpes, ladies and gentlemen, because the comedians are pushing the mice out of the way so they can throw themselves on the traps. And have you seen the size of the seagulls?
Despite the comic's perseverance, the Spectre makes a guest appearance. He comes on stage to huge applause, then juggles 3 very large chainsaws. When cold December comes around, not an empty seat can be found. The magic lamps rubbed by Aladdin, but this show has a spooky add-in. The genie appears with a flash. He wears a most amusing moustache, but the genie is upstaged by Michael on his trusty unicycle. The spook appears to a great fanfare, juggling 3 live piglets in the air. The crowd go wild with childish glee, even though the act's a bit un-PC. No longer talk of theatre closure, not with local ghost exposure. The height of the phantom juggler's career, a saviour of the Pavilion Pier. Of course, the offers have come piling in. A national tour's planned in the spring, but of Britain's Got Talent, the ghost was wary. He says Simon Cowell was way too scary. The pavilion's now famous all over the planet, but they can't persuade Branagh to go and play Hamlet. And the story everyone wants to hear is the Phantom Juggler of Cleethorpes Pier.